Someone in your life right now is hiding something from you. They smile when you walk in. They laugh at the right moments. They say the right things. And yet something feels off. Not in a way you can explain. Just a quiet friction you keep talking yourself out of. Hatred in the modern world is almost never loud. It does not slam doors. It hides behind politeness and wears the face of friendship. And if you are not paying close attention, you will keep doubting your own instincts instead of trusting what your body already knows. Here are 7 signs that someone secretly resents you and how a disciplined mind handles each one. The first sign is that they smile, but their eyes do not. Most people are trained to manage their face. Very few can control what happens in the eyes. The smile arrives on time. The words are supportive. But for a fraction of a second, something tightens. The jaw stiffens. The eyes narrow slightly before adjusting. The warmth arrives late or disappears too quickly. You feel this in your body before your mind has language for it. This is not about a single awkward moment. This is about patterns. One uncomfortable interaction means nothing, but repeated emotional incongruence. Someone whose energy consistently shifts around your success, your presence, your growth. That means something. The Stoic response is not confrontation. It is observation. You do not accuse. You collect. You reduce what you share and watch behavior over time. Premature confrontation only gives hostile people drama to feed on. The second sign is that they downplay everything you achieve. You close a deal. You build something real. And instead of genuine excitement, you hear something that sounds like support, but lands differently. Must have been the right timing. You got lucky with that one. On the surface, it sounds casual. Underneath, it is minimization. When someone secretly resents you, acknowledging your effort forces them to confront their own stagnation. They shrink your discipline into coincidence. If your success is luck, their inaction becomes justified. Your growth becomes a mirror, and most people will distort the mirror rather than face what it shows them. You do not defend your worth to people like this. A disciplined mind continues building and says very little about it. If someone consistently reframes your wins, that is a signal, not to confront them, to stop celebrating with them. The third sign is that they use humor to cut you down in public. Unhidden hostility often finds its safest exit through jokes. It sounds like personality teasing. It lands on your weaknesses, your past mistakes, your insecurities, and it always happens in front of others. If you react emotionally, you look unstable, and they look harmless. If you laugh along nervously, they escalate. Either way, they win the moment. When someone tries to publicly chip at your reputation through humor, the instinct is to protect your ego. But ego is reactive. Composure is powerful. The strongest response is silence. Hold eye contact. Let the pause land. Say nothing or something short and flat. That is not accurate. Then move on. No irritation, no explanation. You remove the reward. Someone who respects you uses humor to build connection. Someone who resents you uses it to lower your standing. Same target, same setting, the same pattern. That is the difference. The fourth sign is quiet exclusion. Not all hostility is visible. Some of it is administrative. You hear about plans after they happen. Decisions get made without you. Information moves through rooms you are not in. And when you ask about it, the answer is always easy and dismissible. It was last minute. I thought you knew. We figured you were busy. Once is coincidence. A pattern is intention. Exclusion signals that you are not fully in without ever having to say it. The mistake most people make is chasing inclusion. They try harder, seek reassurance, over-explain. That is exactly the move that weakens their position. You cannot control who includes you. When the pattern is clear, do not beg for access. Build elsewhere. The fifth sign is that they compete with you over everything. There is a difference between someone who is inspired by you and someone who is threatened by you. When someone secretly resents you, every achievement you mention becomes a challenge. Every story becomes a comparison. You say you started training again, and suddenly they have been training harder. You mention a new project, and they mention something bigger. You share progress, and they share dominance. The competition is one-sided. You did not enter a contest. They did. For an insecure person, worth lives in hierarchy. If you rise, they feel lowered. Real strength does not require comparison. When someone turns every interaction into a scoreboard, you do not engage. You say something flat and move on. Good for you. Sounds solid. No tension, no hook. If they are driven by insecurity, your calm non-engagement will unsettle them more than any argument ever could. The sixth sign is that they discourage you while sounding like they care. This is the most dangerous one. It does not sound like hostility. It sounds like concern. I just do not want you to get hurt. Are you sure this is the right time? I am only being realistic. You share a new direction and they introduce doubt. You gain momentum and they magnify potential failure. And because it sounds rational, you almost accept it. Calm tone does not equal correct advice. Ask yourself whether their input expands you or shrinks you. Ask whether they ever tell you how you might succeed or only predict how you might fail. When someone consistently shows up at the edges of your growth to introduce hesitation, that is insecurity disguising itself as wisdom. You do not argue with them. You listen, assess privately, and move forward on your own terms. The seventh sign is the one most people ignore because it does not come as behavior. It comes as a feeling. You leave a conversation with them and feel drained. Not tired from talking, drained. Nothing dramatic happened. No insults, no confrontation. But your body reacted as if it just left a threat. When someone suppresses resentment, they do not eliminate it. They compress it. That compressed emotion leaks through pacing, facial tension, the quality of their attention. Your body detects the leak before your mind has a name for it. Most people override this. They rationalize the discomfort away and slowly disconnect from the one instrument that was trying to protect them. There is a difference between paranoia and pattern recognition. The paranoia invents threats. Awareness recognizes repeated physical responses. If you feel slightly guarded around someone once, that means nothing. If you feel smaller and more filtered every single time, that is information. You do not need courtroom-level proof. You need patterns. Shorten the interactions. Limit what you share. Energy management is not coldness. It is clarity. Hidden resentment erodes you slowly through sustained exposure. Through the small ways you start editing yourself around someone who was never worth that much of your energy. You cannot control who resents you, but you can control access. You can control how much of your peace you offer to people who do not deserve it. Your body whispers before your life shouts. Listen early. Adjust quietly. Keep moving without drama. Not confrontation, not coldness. Clarity. And clarity, once you have it, is very difficult to take away.